guys, Pedro here to do an EP review. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about the brand new EP from Sodom, Partisan, out November 23rd on Steam Hammer SPV. This EP has 3 tracks and it's 17 minutes in length. Now 2 of these tracks are brand new Sodom tracks, and then the third one is a live recording of Tired in Red, which was a song that was originally released on Agent Orange. This song was recorded in May of this year on one of their live concerts. Before we talk about the tracks, I just want to let you guys know that they're working on a brand new record to come out in 2019, but they decided to release this EP in celebration of their new lineup. They've made some changes to their lineup and they wanted to release something for the fans, so that's why they put this EP together. Frank Blackfire's rejoined the band. He was with Sodom in the early days of Sodom. He's back with them, and that is very obvious on the new tracks that they're releasing in this EP. It really has a lot of his fingerprints on them. I'm going to be doing a track-by-track review. Since I normally pick my top 3 songs of an album when I'm doing an album review, this EP only has 3 tracks, so I thought, let me just do a track-by-track review and give you guys an overall feel for all 3 songs, the live one and the 2 new ones. Let's start with the first song on the EP. Is Partisan. Great guitar sounding song, heavy riff, all the DNA elements of a great Sodom song are in this track. Staying true to the true Sodom sound, if you will, this is a song that is heavy, but it has a very catchy chorus. Super contagious chorus. One of the key elements of Sodom is always to have songs that are heavy, but have very hooky choruses. This song has one. Then they also added some backing track vocals on the chorus. It adds a sense of an echo to it, if you will, and that creates a lot of volume in that chorus. It adds to how catchy the chorus is. Midway through the song, there is a very dark and menacing guitar melody that's followed by some killer drums. I really enjoyed how they did that, how they integrated that more dark, more black metal vibe to it, if you will, to this song. It really added layers to how the overall song feels and sounds. The solo on this song is really well balanced. It really gives life to the song, and it really falls in line with the overall old school Sodom sound that this song has. This song is about 2 things really when you really break it down. It's about Tom's vocals, how great his voice sounds on the track, how much raspiness is in that voice, how much heaviness is in that voice, and also how methodic and how heavy the guitar riffs are. To me, those are the 2 major elements on this song. Great new track, great sounding song, and really a throwback to the early days of Sodom. So this was a great way to get started on this EP with the song Partisan. The next song on the EP is called Conflagration, and it's another killer song that has a very cool old school killer bass line. I really enjoyed the bass in this song. It kind of pokes his head out at you several times throughout the song, and it just gives an old school vibe. I'm a huge fan of killer bass lines. I really like when the bass comes through in songs, specifically in key moments, to add a little bit of darkness and heaviness to the song. They did that on this track. I really enjoy it. I really like the sound of the bass on this song. And like I said, they didn't overdid it. They just sprinkled it in a few times throughout the song to really give a little bit of a darkness and a little bit of an ominous vibe to it. But this song is once again about killer riffs. It has a killer guitar sound to it. It almost reminds me of something out Tapping the Vein record. This song almost comes out of that era of Sodom, if you will. While the first track, Partisan, was more from Agent Orange and before, this one really felt to me that it came out of the era surrounding Tapping the Vein. Great song, very methodic, very heavy, very good and heavy guitar riffs, killer bass line, a lot of cool components in this song to make it a very heavy, cool Sodom song. I also like the percussions in this song. I must say, this song has, out of the 2 songs perhaps, the best sounding drums to me. They really complemented the bass, the vocals, and the killer guitar riffs. All parts really came together to create a very heavy and methodic song. I really enjoyed it. One of my favorite songs. Out of the 2, this is perhaps my favorite song from the 2 new songs that Sodom is releasing in this EP. Now the third track is Tired in Red, which was originally released on Agent Orange. This is a live recording. It was recorded on May of 2018 at the Rock Hard Festivals. So this track is a little bit different. It's a track that people are familiar with. It's not a new track. but it allows you to see, or hear, I should say, to hear how the new lineup of Sodom sounds like live. So from that perspective, I really like the fact that they've included a live track on this really short EP. It really gives the fans a chance to see how this new lineup is going to sound like live, because obviously you're going to get a feel for how the band is going to sound like in the studio with the first 2 tracks. But by releasing a song that Sodom fans are familiar with, in a live setting, it really allows for the fans to get a first glimpse, in case you haven't seen them live yet, a first glimpse on how the band is going to sound like during a live set. They're on tour right now, or starting soon, during the month of November in Europe, so this song kind of opens up the appetite for those of you attending one of their live shows. I really like the fact that they included this song. Once again, I really like the fact that that is a live recording of the song, because it allows for fans of the band to hear a song that they're familiar with but in a different setting. And that, to me, it was very important when you're putting an EP like this together, when you're celebrating the new lineup, when you're enticing the fans with a new sound, and you're working on a new record down the line, and you have a tour. There's a lot of things going on in Sodom camp. There's a lot of moving parts, if you will. So throwing a track in there live that fans are familiar with, I think was a smart move. I really enjoyed the EP. It's always nice to hear some new Sodom. So this definitely opened my eyes and whetted my appetite as far as a new record is concerned. I'm looking forward to see a full-length record in 2019 and hopefully a North American tour. It would be extremely exciting to see Sodom live in North America. Alright, this is it for this review. Sodom Partisan EP, out November 23rd on Steamhammer SPV. If you're a fan of Sodom, if you're a fan of some old school thrash, some German thrash, I highly recommend you guys checking out this EP. Only 3 songs, but it's enough to at least, it's enough to bind you over until they put out a full record. Alright guys, take care.